Everybody, Josh, 33% of the Dream Team here on Cast of the Pod. And today we're doing something a little different. We have our regular host, that's Deb, Cobweb, and myself. And today we added a very special guest host. That person being the one, the only MURS. This is something that we're going to do every now and then on the pod. Bring in a special guest host. We've got 4 more lined up after MURS. You'll find out who those are by going to the website. The website? Is there a website? Go into the social medias. All at Cast of the Pod. And also on Patreon at Cast of the Pod. But, so sit back, relax, tie your shoes, untie your shoes, tighten your belt, because here comes Cast of the Pod, the Dream Team, along with MURS. So y'all ready to roll?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Because me and Deb and Cobwell, we can talk wrestling all night.
Yeah.
We'll lose time.
Yeah, you dealing with us. It's a different animal.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it now.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
All right, you have been warned. Welcome back to the Cast of the Pod, the podcast where the 3 of us friends get together and bullshit and talk, and not necessarily a traditional review of movies and now today a TV series, but we let you in on the conversation. And speaking of the conversation, today we have 2 special things. Starting off with the smaller thing, we're doing a Netflix series today. We're talking about Wednesday. And the much bigger surprise we have today is we are joined by, how do you say, the man is a living legend. He's paid his dues. The one, the only MURS. MURS, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm all right, Josh. Wait, are we going by Cobweb and Joshua and Cobweb, or are we going Mr. Deb and Josh? Or is Deb on the show? What's going on?
He just broke the Zoom 4th level window.
So the way we reading windows now.
The way we normally say it is, I'm Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
Okay.
Yeah, after all these years of using our other names and all that, it got out. The names got out, and so Deb and I just
Josh and Deb.
Just throw them out there.
Josh and Deb and Cobb.
Yeah.
That pretty much works it out.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Yep, I'm ready. I'm sorry. I'm had you guys dumb it down. I don't know if this is in the horror genre. It's more in the I don't know, fantasy genre. It's more Harry Potter than it is horror. But thank you, because this is as horror as I get.
Well,
really,
the way we
so?
The what?
I said, you really think so, MURS?
What?
That it wasn't horror?
I don't know. You guys are the horror experts. I'm a baby. I'm just like, you know.
No. The way we usually break it down, the easiest way to do it is on IMDb. If it says horror, then it qualifies. But there's so many subgenres and all that, from gore that has no suspense whatsoever to full suspense that there's no blood, there's no death or anything like that. It's just scary because it leaves it up to your mind. I mean, there's so much in horror, and we try to touch every one of those subgenres.
Okay, good. I'm helping you check a box then. Kitty horror. Check.
That's what's up.
So
me personally, I thought it was pretty over the top.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff.
Well,
yeah.
On here, I don't know if you've ever heard us before, MURS, or not, but we don't have to follow beginning to end. If you want to jump straight to the end, in like I said, kind of in that intro,
it's just, we just talk about it, what we felt, what it triggered for us, you know.
Okay, yeah. Being someone that watched the Little Addams Family growing up, watched, you know, every Addams Family movie. Haven't watched with the computer and the CGI computer animation ones.
Yep.
Haven't been able to sit through those because my kids are scared of it. Like their father, they're not built for horror. But I consider myself, and then, you know, dedicating a large amount of my rap career to Christina Ricci. The way people have, you know, rappers these days hold Beyonce or Rihanna or something in that regard. That's the way Slug and I held Christina Ricci in that same regard. Yeah, so it was really important for me to see this, and it was important. I'm definitely into the lore. I overall I loved it. I thought they did a great job casting Wednesday. If I have to be critical, I thought, what is homeboy's name? Luis?
The dad, yes.
Yeah. It took me a while to get into his Gomez. And I thought Uncle Fester stole the show. I'm glad he was only in a couple episodes because he would have overshadowed everyone and hopefully he gets a spinoff. Fester flicks.
See, you jumped on two things I wanted to bring up for Luis Guzman that came up. A lot of people complained when they first saw before they saw him even talk or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the first time I ran into the Addams Family was a book that I got at a swap meet, and it had the artwork. And so before I even saw the TV show, I remember seeing a short, fat, messed up hair Gomez.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think because all of us grew up with Raul Julia doing it, that you know, we associated with him. That's Gomez when you think of Gomez. And so I didn't have a problem with Luis Guzman. You know, I mean, Raul Julia is always going to be the one, for, you know, when I think of Gomez. But still, I mean, we didn't see him that much, so you know, Guzman was all right.
Yeah, I
got it.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Murs.
No, you go ahead, man. This is your show. I'm gonna know how you guys talk.
Yeah, I thought I liked him. You know, when I first saw him, I wanted to get more. I wanted more. You know, but by the time they gave him his own little episode and everything else like that in the series, you know, with the whole thing with him defending Morticia's love and dude trying to kill him and everything else like that, I love the guy. You know,
I think I'm just like, I'm a huge fan of like, I'll say a huge fan, but right now for Cobweb, I indulged today. I'm drinking a CANN, C-A-N-N, a cannabis infused beverage.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Forgive my brain, but I believe he's Mexican. What is the Mexican gentleman's name from Ant-Man?
I know who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name right now because I'm high.
The guy that tells the stories.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, we call him Alfred because he's exactly a buddy of ours that's a
referee. Pena. What's his first name? Pena is his last name.
Yeah.
Can't think of his first name. Mr. Pena.
I'm bringing up IMDb right now.
I just want him to have a cape. Marvel has to put a cape on him before. He stole the show on Ant-Man. And for me, being from California, which is like mostly Chicano culture, Mexican-American culture, even if you're black or white, like that was amazing. So I have no problem with like, but I'm such a fan of like Luis's work. Luis is too New York.
Yes.
You know, and he couldn't shake the New York. There's too much New York. There's too much uptown funk in Gomez for me. I was like, yo. I was like, you're not creepy. You're still on the stoop somewhere in the Heights. Like
he didn't change his voice at all.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. But then when I saw his own episode, but I think that was the younger version of him helping, you know. Yeah. But he had the look. I'm with you. Like I'm a comic book fan. I was okay with the look. If it more fit Gomez, and people who had problem with Gomez being a Latino is what his last name is Gomez. What do you mean?
What are you talking about, right?
what are we talking? I mean his first name is Gomez. Sorry, his last name is Adams, but still like Gomez. Like, are you somebody? What? You know? And even Raul Julia, he's what, Spanish?
Yeah,
not the same, but kind of the same. You know. So I didn't have a problem with that. I just got I felt like he was the guy because he was in Carlito's Way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
walked off the set of Carlito's Way and put on a suit.
What do you got, Deb?
So the guy from Ant-Man is Michael Pena.
Michael Pena, thank you, Mike.
I'm a little sad because when I brought him up on IMDb, he didn't even come up for this Quantum Mania. His name didn't come up.
Oh, see, now you're ruining it. I might not even go now.
My bad. My bad.
Michael Pena.
So since we're talking about the characters here on Wednesday, Deb, did you have anything you wanted to say about Luis Guzman?
I'm like everybody. At first, I wasn't happy. Like I was like, I don't know about him, but I ended up at the end. I ended up liking him. But,
yeah, same. I don't want them to go forward. Now I can't live without him.
Yeah.
You know?
And at first I was just like, I don't know if I like him but then like how y'all were saying, I was more Raul Julia. That's who I remember, but I'm okay with him now.
Yeah, thank you, Luis. You have pleased Deb and I.
And yes, I agree about Fester. He was perfect. Like,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Uncle Fester was perfect.
I was worried because I'm not a big fan of that actor.
Who was it?
What's his name? He's that comedian that damn it. See, I don't like him so much I don't even know his name.
We haven't known anyone.
He was dope.
He's from Portlandia.
So dope.
Oh, I never watched Portlandia.
Man, Fester had me going. I'm with you on that, Murs. He does need a spinoff.
Yeah,
he did great. He did great.
He did great.
Yeah.
So breaking down the characters, and I'll go last on this one if y'all don't mind. Jenna Ortega, Wednesday Addams. What'd y'all think?
Phenomenal. They kept the forehead in play. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh man.
She's an excellent dancer. She dances just like me. She's my spirit animal. Wednesday continues to be my spirit animal. I can't say enough good things about the young lady. This should the only thing I think is that she's gonna age out. I feel like
yes, we should get
20 years of this, but I don't know if they're gonna let Wednesday grow up. I don't know. She's so talented that she's probably gonna have to do things outside of this, and I kind of just want her to do Wednesday for the rest of her life, and she doesn't want that, I'm sure. That's how good it was.
So Josh, you know how so the dance that she did,
right?
She did do it on her own. That was her
choreography.
Yeah. Because I had heard about that, and I looked it up, and I'm like, yep, she actually.
Wow. That was pretty funky.
Yeah, that knocks my socks off. I'm gonna have to tell my wife she's gonna be. She was questioning it.
It was supposed to be a mix of a whole bunch of different dances that she got from like some from goth dances and stuff like that. But then there was also the dance she does with that the original Wednesday does with Lurch was mixed in there too. I know that.
Yeah, but they only showed like a couple seconds
of
like,
it.
Yeah.
But Cowboy, what'd you think about Jenna Ortega?
I thought, man.
Me and Cowboy usually agree on a lot of stuff here.
Let me tell you something. The whole concept that she knew so much kung fu.
they got to stay on their toes in that house, though, man.
Man, bro,
she was
like, yeah, she did. She could kick your ass and take names, dude. I mean, they needed a montage just for Wednesday, just her upcoming. You know how she was as a kid. You know, I mean, there wasn't nothing she could do.
I'm sure we'll get some of that.
When she was walking down the street with that scorpion or something like that, or pet scorpion, how she was all upset. How they killed a scorpion and shit. She was fucking awesome, man.
But you know, I did like when she went in and she was with Bianca and she said she wanted to challenge her. I'm glad that they didn't have her beat Bianca.
Yes.
Like Bianca still beat her.
She still got that first blood. Yes.
I think anything for nerds they learned from Rey in Star Wars. Like, we don't like it when somebody comes in and is the best at everything.
Yeah.
True
Like you can't just get a lightsaber and be Kylo Ren after he spent years studying under Luke. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
You can't have never gone to a school and only fenced with your father and beat this broad who's been queen of the school for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got to chop the hero down a little bit.
Yeah. But you got to give it. Your father is Gomez Addams, so they don't play for keeps over. They play for keeps over there.
They play for But she also. We saw the young Gomez. Like Gomez went to pot a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's not sparring with the Gomez Addams from Nevermore Prime. She's getting two times. She's getting like two mechs. She's two mechs.
Right.
Slow down a little bit. But so I mean, I love the show, but here's my issue with Jenna Ortega.
Oh geez.
No. I mean, she did great. And if I can overlook this one thing, then with Christina Ricci, she's my age. She's our age, all of us here.
Yeah.
And so that was one thing, seeing her as she gets older and all that, and being attracted to her and whatnot. For me, Wednesday has to be a kid. And if they show her grow up, like how you were talking about MURS, if they show her grow up and she's older in the series and all that, that's fine. But the first time that I remember seeing Jenna Ortega is in the horror movie called X. And in that movie, they try to make it look like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They gave it that look and that style. And it's a group of friends that work at a strip club or whatever. And this is in the 70s and they're going to make a porn. And her boyfriend are the sound people, the production people. And as they're making the movie, then she's like, well, I want to get into it. So, I mean, you see Jenna Ortega in her drawers, in her bra, and you don't see her nude.
She's not 17, 16 years old?
No,
she's like 21, 22.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the first time I remember seeing her, they called her Church Mouse because she was all quiet and innocent when she was working in the production crew. And then all of a sudden she wanted to jump in the sex scenes. And then, we saw that movie. Then the sequel to, the sequel to that one is called Pearl. And it's like, oh yeah, and Jenna Ortega is playing Wednesday. I was like, wait a minute, who's Jenna Ortega? You look her up and it's like, oh, that's Church Mouse. How's the girl that just jumped into the porn now going to be in Wednesday?
Also, so for you that are into the genre, you can't believe. For someone that's uninitiated, yes. I believe that she was 15.
So that's what spoiled it for me, just because I saw her as a grown ass woman, and then all of a sudden she
I didn't see any sexy in her at all.
Good.
Good. I saw a little girl going through it, and very, very kind of, I won't say asexual, but she's supposed to be asexual, like
she's a kid.
No sex. Yeah. So I didn't. Yeah. And I guess too, I think the oldest one in this thing looked like to be the Siren girl. What was her name? The black girl? Bianca.
Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday.
What's her name?
On Wednesday.
Her real name is Joy Sunday.
Joy Sunday.
Her name in the show is Bianca. The Siren.
Yeah, Bianca.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Bianca looked like an older woman. She what?
She's about like 26 or something like that.
Okay, so yeah. So I think surrounding her with the actual, and then her roommate looked like she was a real teenager too, but I could be wrong.
I think so, yeah. But I mean, they did a lot of that in the series where they shot the camera high down towards her to make it look shorter, and then they had her, when she was standing, I can't remember her real name, but Brianna of Tarf, the principal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they always had her against her, and she's huge. But
she's tall. How tall is she?
She's.
You can look it up, Deb.
Yeah.
Her name is
Google Deb.
Her name's Gwendolyn.
Christina Ricci too.
Yeah.
Oh, Gwendolyn. Oh, that's Captain Phasma. Now we're in my world.
Yes.
Yes, she's a tall woman. I have met her. She's pretty tall.
Yeah.
She's in something in Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah, yes. Brianna Tarf. That's how I remember.
That's okay. Yes, yeah. I haven't watched a lot of Game of Thrones.
She's 6'3".
That's it?
Yeah.
That's pretty tall.
Well, for a woman.
Yeah.
I always thought she was like 6'6". I mean, she looks huge in everything she does. I'm barely 6 foot, so 6'3". I shouldn't say that's it.
Okay, here's a character, one of my favorite characters in the movie, in the show, Morticia.
Oh yeah,
that was perfect. That was the perfect cast. She played that role awesome. I could understand watching that show. I can understand why Gomez was so infatuated with her.
Whoa.
The way, I mean, just the way she carried herself, the way she
your wife listens to this podcast?
Oh shit! God damn it!
Enthralled by her acting.
Her acting. Come on now, come on. We're keeping it real.
See, I just use I use the excuse, Deb. I was just playing a character, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a character for the pod.
Yeah,
character for the podcast. Yeah, I have no attraction for. I'm still mad at Catherine Zeta-Jones for Entrapment.
Yeah,
I went to see that movie, and they purposely had her crawling under the red lights, wire lights, with her butt up, and I thought she had ass. And then I saw the movie, and I was like, I paid to watch Sean Connery and this woman with no ass that they, but then I was like, oh, thus Entrapment.
I was
entrapped. Yeah.
They got my money. So I didn't want to use T-Mobile for a while. I was just mad at Catherine Zeta-Jones. And then I read somewhere, I think, or my wife was telling me something, that she was a great Morticia because certain actresses in Hollywood, older actresses, have a hard time because to stay in the game longer, they get Botox. But then once they get old and they're old enough to play older women, they can't emote because of their...
Mm-hmm.
So now we haven't seen Catherine Zeta-Jones in a while, but guess what? Now she plays a role where she doesn't have to emote, and she's supposed to be deadpan with everything.
That makes sense.
But it was fucked up for me too, just to hear that. That's fucked up. Like, it's a lose-lose for women in this business, where if you don't look young, you're not going to keep getting the young roles. But then once you're old, nobody wants you because your face is full of filler and you can't move. So I was like, this is a fucked up game. But yeah, I think, and I'm putting a lot on it. I think I'm with you. I'm not with you, Cobweb. I think she did a great job acting. I don't know about her, how attractive she is, but I wasn't looking at that because I'm a married man. I don't have eyes. Jeez.
Man, you just put me under the bus here, bro. I have to go explain this shit now. God damn.
But all Botox, whatever aside, I think, jokes aside, she did an excellent job. She's and I'm not mad about Entrapment anymore. I've gotten over it. But she did an excellent job. All bullshit aside, she was the best. I think she was. I don't know, Morticia, Angelica Houston and Raul Julia. Like, I'm not even gonna compare. It's two different things. You know what I mean?
Apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges. Demolition and Road Warriors. Legion of Doom.
Yes. All right, so let's talk about the show a little bit. Who wants to start off?
I got it.
Okay.
So we all found out that Wednesday, she's in high school, and Pugsley gets bullied. And then once he gets bullied, she goes out and finds the guys, and she does that whole thing with the piranhas at the beginning of the movie that was just so hardcore. But then after that point, she gets in trouble and she gets sent to the school that we were talking about with all these different characters and everything else like that, with her own kind that, that are kind of like Addams-based society, the outcasts of normalcy that we normally see. And she starts to get involved in the heritage of her family, the rights of her family, of her mother and father that went there. Then she gets sucked into a murder situation that just completely just keeps building up bodies after bodies after bodies. And she just can't let it go till she figures out some kind of way to solve this mystery, no matter whatever it takes. She got like hardcore, like Thelma Scooby-Doo on this motherfucker. But it was, I thought the show was, that's pretty much it in a nutshell, really. You know,
Yeah, that was good. That was a good synopsis. That was good and
Yeah,
quick. Good
It
job,
is.
Cowboy. You should write the back of DVD cases.
Shit, you know, that's
It
Cowboy
did-
explaining.
Cowboy explaining. It did get me to think though about Raul Julia, and then one of my favorite movie quotes of all time by him. All that stuff that you said about her, to her that was just Tuesday. I don't know if y'all seen Street Fighter, the Jean-Claude Van Damme one.
Oh no, I forgot. I try to forget. I have seen it, but I will not admit to having seen it.
When you get a chance, if you get some free time, get onto YouTube, look up Raul Julia Bison. It was just a Tuesday, and it's the best acting in that. I mean, it's not saying much in that movie, but he's explaining to Chung Li. He tells her, because Chung Li says that you came to my village, you killed my father, and you know, all my life I've been waiting for this moment to kick your ass. And he says, the day that Bison graced your village changed your life. It made you the woman who you are. To me, it was a Tuesday. You know, but I mean,
I kind of remember that. I do, but there was so much pain surrounding that.
Oh, yes.
It was a great hip hop soundtrack. It had Saphir, Exhibit, and Razcast on a song. I'm sorry, Saphir, Exhibit, Saphir, Ahmad, and Razcast. But anyway, it was a great song. I was hyped. You know, like most people our age, I gave all my money to the Big Machine Street Fighter Championship Edition Street Fighter, and oh man, that hurt. But I do remember Bison being okay. But yeah, I think the story is great. I forget, from a black rap perspective, I've never heard the word Outkast and not heard great music so many times. They kept saying Outkast, and I was like, can we just get a fucking Big Boy and Andre 3000 cameo at least? Because I've never heard this many people say Outkast. But also, Wes Anderson, who is not a horror director, and Tim Burton are two directors I love that seem not to love black people. Not that they're racist or don't like them, they just don't love black people. And I was so happy to see Tim Burton finally involve black people. You know what I mean? Like, it was nice to see Bianca or Miss Sunday in there, even though she's 26 years old. It was just nice to see a black male and a black woman. The attempt at first of an interracial relationship, I thought he had really just broke all Tim Burton boundaries. But it was just nice to see a little bit of diversity in a Tim Burton film, because they're usually very pale, very white, and I enjoy them very much. And I'm a huge fan. And just because you're white doesn't mean you have to make movies with black people in it. I understand that. So it was just refreshing. I'm not, he doesn't have to put them back for season 2, but I would like it. And that was dope to me to see, and Wes Anderson did a Thundercat video recently. So they're all coming to inclusion finally. Some of my favorite directors. And it wasn't necessary for me to stay a fan, but I like that. But I did not. And then the Woes title, I put it on Twitter, but they're going to have Running Through the Six with My Woes as an episode in season 2, or I'm going to be episode 6, because everyone has woe in it. A child of woe.
Type, yeah.
Right.
And so if they don't do Running Through the Six with My Woes, I'm going to be really upset. That's a great Drake song. I don't know if Cowboy, I know he only listens to underground rap.
I don't listen to Drake.
Don't MURS, don't get him started, please.
Hopefully they'll have Drake in the series and complete Cowboy's fantasy. Drake comes in and makes out with Morticia.
Just slaps Uncle Fester around.
Yeah, just does everything to make you upset. I think Drake would play a great friend. If Fester had a side episode with Drake, that'd be the most amazing. And after seeing House Party, I know that anything is possible now.
But what if it's Fester and Drake as Drake?
Yes, then it would be great if Drake played himself.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like Drake. Drake from the whatever possible video. One of the videos he had, like Odell Beckham, where he got to be funny in it. Drake is a funny guy. He has great comedic chops. I would love to see him do something silly with Fester. Nothing sexual, but silly.
Did y'all know, as I'm looking at IMDb over here, did y'all know the guy that played Thing? Because it was a real guy and not just CGI. He looks like
Right.
Hector from every movie that Hector's ever been in. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Hector.
Yeah.
Who's Hector?
The bad guy from the first Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah.
Every movie he comes out in, he's Hector.
Oh,
You're talking
shit.
about
And his name's not really Hector.
No.
Man, I can't wait till society.
Yorubantu.
It's when Hollywood's like, we need a Mexican gangster. Get that Hector
Yeah,
guy.
I can't wait till we get out. Like Mexican people in American movies are still in the 70s, early 80s. I can't wait till we get to a place in America where we can really look back and apologize and hopefully laugh with the Latino community, or especially the Mexican community, about how we've done. Because like Danny Trejo's like the Jim Brown. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
There you go. There you go.
Michael Pena's like Robert Townsend. Like you're getting there. Like, you know, like
Let's bring it all into one, right? You know?
Wow.
because I think, you know, for a while it was just divisive. Like there's like Univision, there's Latino programming for Latinos. So Hollywood's like, I'm not gonna give any money to really developing, you know, brown people on screen when they're just gonna go watch Mexico has a booming film in television industry, you know. Why put them on our TV when they have telenovelas? And I'm like, yo, there's, you know, Latin Americans that want Latin American content. Even me, like, it doesn't seem real when they do LA movies and there's just one kind of brown person. Oh, there's the essay. And then there's also Cheech Marin. Oh my God, he walked so that Jen Ortega could run. Like I was watching Oliver and Company, bro. That was hard times, bro.
Speaking of which, and looping back to Jen Ortega right there, I was happy in talking about Tim Burton with inclusion. I was happy that he let her say that they had an altar for Dia de los Muertos.
Yes,
she threw it out there.
Oh, yeah,
and yeah, like nothing.
Yeah, that was and a family friend of ours, Ganja, got to direct a couple episodes. So she had a Brazilian woman directed a couple episodes.
Oh wow!
And I thought that was so. It's like in front of and behind the camera, there's inclusion. It just warmed my heart. You know what I mean?
Real quick, going into the story, because did you know who the Hyde was going to be? The creature?
Man, I guessed wrong so many times. Oh yeah, I had no idea. I guessed wrong a million times.
I was upset. I was upset because how many times I switched back and forth. It's this one. No, it's this one. No, it's the other one. Oh,
okay,
no,
so even horror experts were lost.
Yeah, it's like he's got the scar across his chest. It can't be him. How's he going to hurt himself? And then
shut up, bro. Come on, Cobweb.
No, it looked like him. It looked like him. It looked like the Hyde had his
How
face.
did it look like him?
It looked like
that's playing into your reverse racism. You just think white people are monsters, and
no, not all of them. It looked like him. His face, the way his face looked, it just reminded me of the Hyde. It just did.
But that's just how Tim Curry. Oh shit. Tim Burton does his characters with those big eyes and that sunken face. That looked like the creature from. I'm not the creature. The bride from. Oh my God! I forgot. Yes, it's just his style. Even goes back to the sandworms from Beetlejuice. That same kind of face.
He was a big sandworm looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
if you really think about it, when he transformed, when he transformed to the Hyde, it kind of just overimposed some of his features.
I'm sure
I thought that it was him. Yeah.
So they could have disguised him better for you.
Yes.
So you were bored.
Yes. With the whole concept of who the Hyde was, yes.
But you were still not bored with just hoping, can we see Morticia one more time?
Oh, yeah, okay. Her and the siren. Yeah. Bianca, between her and Bianca, it was a wrap.
Morticia?
Yeah. Morticia and Bianca, the sirens.
Oh. Yeah, I thought the teen, got a little bit of Wonder Years in there where the mayor's son didn't know, like was a good guy. He didn't really want to hurt the outcast, and but the werewolf was too late for the werewolf girl, and she finally wolfed out and looked disgusting, which was great.
That's one of the things we're picky about here at Cast of the Pod, werewolf transformations. That's something we've talked about a bunch. And I was happy with it. I was happy.
I liked how she looked cute at first. She had her little nose and her ears first, but then she ended up being I liked the transformation.
Yeah, so on a real horror film podcast scale of werewolf transformation, what was it?
Out of 10?
I'd give it a 5.
About a 4.
About a 5, 6. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's my limit. They pushed me to a 9.9. I don't want to see anything more gross than that.
Because they try to do hers more of a cutesy, because how she was more of a cutesy person. So
rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah.
Marshmallows and all that.
Yeah, that's why I was expecting a more tame version. So I was like, okay, she's gonna be like an all pink one, super strong but super cute. And it was not cute. I was like, okay.
She started off cute.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can go I can get with this.
Yeah, so she was weird.
How did that? Yeah, I guess maybe it's a horror school, because I'm like, how does that guy go and sleep with her after that?
And she's human.
He had serpent hair. Come on.
Oh yeah,
he had the snakes.
Well, I hate to say it this way, but I mean, if those snakes get out his cap, and then she'll turn to stone or whatsoever, and she's a wolf, so it's got to be doggy style. That's all I know.
Oh,
yeah, you gotta hit it from the back.
Bars.
You gotta hit it from the back.
Bars.
You got
it's safer that way.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not trying to be freaky. It's just safer that way for both of us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to drop that one on the wife.
Yeah, keep your face in the pillow.
Oh my gosh.
So let me ask you about Christina Ricci. Did you know that she was before this even came out? Somebody spoiled it for me, and said that she was going to be the bad guy. It was on a report, and it was like, man, I got to quit looking at shit on the internet, because and this was right after I saw that movie X, and they were talking about that she was going to play opposite her, and she was going to be the villain. So did y'all know Christina Ricci was going to be the main one?
I thought she was going to make a cameo at best, because I follow her on Instagram and she's been very kind to me. I was like, okay, she's posting about it, she's just supporting it, and they did the right thing and let her have a cameo. And then it took my wife telling me that's her. She's like, oh, I'm really enjoying, like 2-3 episodes. She's like, I'm really enjoying Christina Ricci. I was like, where? So that's how bad I am, and I'm claiming to be a fan.
No, I'm the same way. I did the exact same thing almost. I didn't realize it. I'm gonna be honest with you. You guys know how I am. I mess around, don't even realize I'm watching something, and didn't realize that like Donald Sutherland and Kiefer Sutherland were actually father and son. Okay. I did not realize that was her until the show was over with.
Wow.
When I saw the credits and I looked it up, I never paid attention. I thought her character at times was the way they played it, with her always being in the back shadow all the time and not giving her like a real good induction into the story. I did not realize that she was the bad guy until it came out. That I did not know. I did not catch up on it or anything until then. I started kind of like some little bit of suspect to it, but the way they kept flipping things and back and forth, I didn't know. But no, the hide, I knew that, but that one, no.
Okay, so that was something that kept you guessing. So even if you figured out the hide through the facial structure, you still have to figure out who's controlling him.
Yes. That kept me guessing.
That kept you guessing.
Right.
I thought it was going to be the psychiatrist.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I wanted Wednesday to have some romance, but now she gets to be still asexual and weird.
So before we get into the score, that way we can cut this short here. Let me ask you: do you like the idea, or do you think on this one that they're in a world where people know there's outcasts, people know that there's sirens, and that there's werewolves, and that there's powers, there's mutants, there's X-Men?
I feel like no. I feel like they don't know. I feel like they suspect, but they keep the school hidden enough where the rest of the world doesn't know.
I don't think they knew everything, but they didn't. That one lady didn't know there was werewolves.
The townspeople. Oh, the one that dropped off the guy at the beginning.
Hitchhiker.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Be careful, there's werewolves out there."
Oh yeah. So maybe it's a different world where we accept monsters in reality.
I think it's just the surrounding area. You kind of know what's going on.
MURS, there's a show that's out there. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yes.
And they're in that type of world. If you haven't seen it, they're in that type of world where vampires and all that exist.
Okay, that's where that world takes place. I think I started to watch a little bit and then it got too crazy.
Yeah, it gets out there. But that's why I was wondering if y'all thought Wednesday was in that type of world where people know that there's all.
Yeah, I don't think we're not in Blade verse or more Twilight maybe. Somewhere between Twilight and the Blade verse.
Oh my God, not the Twilight.
All right, so I'm gonna bring
Deb's at happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't get Deb started on Twilight. But let's bring out the calculator of doom real quick, and we use a 10 scale, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. MURS, since you're a guest host today, please, sir, if you don't mind, what would you rate the Netflix series Wednesday?
Because I'm not a horror person, I feel unable to give it a 10, so I'll give it an 8. But like I said, I could watch this forever.
Deb?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
There you go. Cobweb, sir.
I give it an 8.
And I'm giving it an 8 as well, because I gotta follow.
I'm gonna go up to an 8.5 now that I heard the experts talk. I loved it, man. I really do. I mean, like, I guess, like, I have to just, it's not Ted Lasso or Acapulco level for me. Just because horror is not my thing. But if it'd be up there if horror was my thing.
But it was good enough to hook you.
Yeah, it was good enough to hook me. But I just can't. It's not my genre. Like, I'm gonna be okay waiting. Like Cobra Kai, even Cobra Kai I could wait on. But like Acapulco and Ted Lasso, like those are the top tier. Sex in the City, those are my things. So this is not my thing, but I am excited for it to return. And I think they did a great. I didn't know how they were going to pull it off and make it interesting. And it's still like I have a 10-year-old, and like it's cool for the kids at school to be like, I watched that, and my 10-year-old has nightmares. So I was like, you can't watch this. Yeah. It's like, well, such and such at school watched it, and then we had to call such and such's mother. And they're like, no, they didn't watch it at all. They watched one episode and got scared and had nightmares. But it's something kids in 4th and 5th grade are attempting to watch, and it's taboo, and I like that. Because once they finally, if that's still taboo, then that's good. Like, the world is safe. I feel like if Wednesday is still freaking some kids out in elementary school, that's great. Because for us, it was Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think that's what ruined horror for me. That was a bit much. Friday the 13th is a bit much for a 3rd grader. Like, I may have, if I got graduated slowly into horror, I could, but by the time I was in 5th grade, we were to it. And I was like, oh no, that's it. I'm done with this genre.
Okay. Yeah. It's not like you're like Deb, watching Silent Night, Deadly Night at like
Deb
9.
At 9 years old. And it's good to hear that kids are still being kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like, because we were like, oh man. So I was like, okay, let me call so-and-so's mother. And then she was like, she only got through half the first episode before she turned it off. But she's going to school talking big and bad. And I'm like, great. It's not Playboys. It's not guns. Wednesday Addams is the sneaky, cool thing. It's not having sex. you know?
Yeah.
Because that's where I was in the 3rd and 4th grade. You know what I mean? Already.
I know what you're talking about, bro. That's
We
real.
see-
That's real talk.
Not ready.
I'm not ready, and I don't even have kids.
Was this birth control for you guys?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Oh man.
Not to be a downer, because it's not a downer, but it was cancer that stopped the kids. But it's working in the state that made it go, okay, we're okay not having kids.
Before, I had a hard time, I had a hard time with not being able to have kids. And then as soon as I'm okay. I'll be fine. I have my 8 hours and then I get to go home.
Yeah, it's a whole nother world. That's woo.
So, but all right.
Thanks.
I forgot to bring up the score. So the 4 of us here at Cast the Pod gave Wednesday, the Netflix series, an 8.375, which is not bad. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. That's recommendable.
Must see television.
Yes. So,
yeah,
MERS, if you could, sir, not that I'm like 99% sure if anybody's listening here, they know you before they knew us, but can you throw out your socials out there, please?
Yes, I'm at MURS316 on Instagram and MURS everywhere else, Spotify, whatever. MURSraps.com. The site's in disarray. But yeah, I rap. I do things. But definitely not a horror expert on horror film. I'm glad you guys lowered the bar for me to enter into the cast of the pod. Heard a lot about it. And yeah, I don't know if I'll be back on because this is the extent, Gremlins was too much for me. So season 2 Wednesday, I'll be back. That, you know what I mean?
Sounds good.
I'm so glad it got greenlit. I selfishly hope Ganja gets more episodes. And I honestly, I try to critique it and be tough on it, but I think it was perfect. Like I said, I'm not in the genre, so I don't want to give it a 10, but as someone who saw the Addams Family movies in the theater, it was flawless. It gave some real depth to a world I always wish I knew more about. I've waited this long to figure out the Addams world. And I hope Fester gets a spinoff. I hope we can get Gomez the younger years. You know what I mean? Like Nevermore.
Oh wow.
Nevermore. We go full on like CW DC universe. I could live in this world and live with more Tim Burton content in long form. Maybe one of the best Tim Burton pieces I've seen outside of Batman. I would go that far.
Wow.
Wow.
It's up there. No, because it's Beetlejuice. So it's top 3. Beetlejuice, Batman, and this one. It's better than Edward Scissorhands, which is a beloved one.
Yep.
He did Willy Wonka with Johnny Depp, right?
Yes.
I thought that was excellent. So I'm a Tim Burton aholic. Nightmare Before Christmas. Sorry. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
So top five Tim Burton things, but I would love to see more from him in long form. Give him more money, even if they gave him a limited budget, give him more, see what he could do. Because the werewolves, the monsters, everything paid off. It was well done. The dance scene, I feel like we gotta have enough because it was part Glee. It was just everything. Wonder Years, mystery, horror, just not as long as it doesn't get more scary. Please. Please, I will turn it off. I haven't finished The Walking Dead because I can't. I'm too scared.
You gotta man up, bro. You gotta man up.
Deb and I didn't finish it because it got whack.
Yeah, I haven't finished it.
Worse words. I also finished all the comic books, so there's that for me. I have my closure that way.
Yeah, that's a good way to go with it.
Yeah, Daryl doesn't really exist to me. This world. Glenn got his head knocked off way before it happened on TBS, so I'm good. I've dealt with Robert Kirkman, and that's why I haven't seen Game of Thrones because I'm waiting for George to hopefully, God willing, bless him, to finish the book.
end it the right way.
Yeah, so I want to read all the books and then I'll go back. I watched the first 2 seasons just to understand the books better, and I'll wait till he finishes it.
Just real quick, you brought up Gremlins, and we recently had that here at Cast in the Pod. We rewatched it after all these years, and all 3 of us brought up the same thing, that movie was messed up. Like, we didn't realize it back in the day when we saw it, but watching it again as adults, that movie was like super dark.
Yeah, I tried to watch it with my son. I was like, okay, yeah, because Cowboy Told, I was like, I might watch that one. I'll watch it with my son and my 10-year-old, because I saw this when I was younger than him. And Monster Squad, I did that one with him, and I regretted it. Not that it was scary, but it was just like the homophobia and just like the themes were like a little archaic. So I had to stop the movie and be like, hey.
It's crazy how we didn't see it.
Like, there's a lot of stuff on movies back then that are like, they could say that back then, or they could do that back then.
Yeah. That's I was like, and even then, when he got to the part in Monster Squad, it was like, I was laughing my ass off in the 3rd grade when he said, she was like, I'm a virgin, and it didn't work. And then she was like, well, such and such, but he doesn't count. And homeboy's like, doesn't count? And my son was like, deer in headlights. I was like, you didn't get that? He's like, what's a virgin? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Oh, man. All right, MURS, we'll go ahead and end this episode of Cast of the Pod here. We appreciate you coming out here very much, sir.
I'm going to correct some math homework, guys. Don't be jealous.
Oh, you got this. You got this. You got it. You got it.
All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate you big time.
When is it going to go live?
If y'all are down with it, this next Wednesday. Well, not tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Next
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Which would be the 25th.
Awesome. Yep. Please let me know. Yep. Everything I said, just entertainment. Like I said, I love everyone. I'm not going to make any more Botox jokes.
You were fine, bro. That shit was tight.
Just because I know they might want to cast me as Andre 3000 in the next one. I don't want to mess up my chances of getting on set.
Oh shit.
Man.
All right. Thanks very much. Have a good one.
Thanks, bro. You have a good one, man.
All right.
That was fun.
So that was MURS. Cobweb, thank you for lining that up.
Hey, everybody gets a chance to do something in this world. I get to be on Cast of the Pod.
I'm awesome. I'm glad he liked Wednesday that much.
Yeah. Wednesday was tight, bro. He did like it. I was kind of surprised though. When he said that he wanted to do that one, I was like, really? I was like, I thought that was pretty hard. That was pretty rough. There was some stuff in Wednesday was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it didn't get a lot of credit for that. But yeah, there's some that I mean, even though there's not tons of blood and gore, there were some things witchcraft wise and stuff like that was pretty heavy.
Oh yeah. I mean, the whole pool scene with the piranhas was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that was like the first thing.
That set the tone for everything.
I was like, oh crap, she's putting piranhas in the
pool. Yeah. And then when she saw the guy's neck with his neck broken on the side of the road, I'm like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. The murder scenes were never good. They were always hardcore. It was, me personally, I thought that Wednesday it pushed the envelope as it could. That's why little kids are scared.
Yep. Yeah. But what I forgot to do at the beginning, because we went straight into conversation.
You forgot to record.
No. Oh, don't say that. Okay, yeah, it's still recording. Shit, Deborah. That's scary right there.
Oh, man. Come back and do it all over again. Hey, guess what? Hey, yeah. Let me tell you how unprofessional we were today.
No, I forgot to throw out all of our important information. All our what do you call it? Our socials. You can find us everywhere at Cast of the Pod. You can find Cobweb at Cobweb411. And then patreon.com/ cast of the pod. If you want to support the pod, you want to throw us $2 just for us to say thank you. Thank you. Please go for it. You want to throw us $10, $6? Jump in the ever exclusive super catch premiere stuff $100 level. We're down for that.
Yeah. That's when I'm your personal best friend. If you're local, I'll come to your house and wake you up on Sunday morning so you can get your ass up and go to church. Praise God.
If you get in there for $100, I'll send you pictures of my feet.
Of your feet?
Yeah, feet pictures. And if you go in for $200, I won't send you pictures of my feet.
Yeah, right.
Nah, man.
Shit.
But y'all got anything else to add for Netflix's Wednesday?
I was gonna throw something in there. What?
No, go ahead.
When you're the one person when you're at training and you want to leave and you're like, the trainer's all like, do you have any questions before we take off? And then I'm the one person that's like, I have a question.
Go ahead, Deb.
When MURS was saying that he'd like to see like a spin-off of Fester.
Yes.
I would, like, if they did like an adventures with Uncle Fester. Like, just, you know how he was saying like all the different things that he was doing and he was like trying to run away from, like to be able to see all the different stuff that
I want to know what kind of criminal activities Fester's getting caught up in.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I want. I want to see a Fester heist, like one of these big crazy Fester,
Ocean's 11
plan. Yeah, some shit like that.
See, they can do like the story that I had and that both of y'all shit on my idea. Both of y'all just completely shit on my dreams.
When do we ever shit on your dreams?
When I brought up that the continuing story, a universe of movies where like one movie is a horror movie, next movie is a comedy movie, next movie is a drama, next one's an action movie, same characters, same storyline and all that. That's what they could do with this. You can have the horror / action why y'all making faces?
Because that's not how it sounds.
Shitting on my dreams. Welcome to Cast of the Pod, where my people shit on my dreams.
We're not shitting on your dreams.
We're not shitting on it. I mean, we might just fart it on it a little bit, but that's about it.
All right, yeah, I think we're done. On that note.
Warning.
No.
What?
What are you doing?
Oh, shit.
I was like, are you rewinding?
No. I'm having way too much fun with this. Way too much
show
fun.
That will never end.
Yes. Oh no, that was I won't say that. I won't say that on tape. It's not tape, it's digital. That was the wrestling show I was at the other day. That would not end. It just kept going. Deb, you live over there?
I'm good.
All right. So let's go ahead and end it right here. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you putting us in your ear holes. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's fine. So until next time, I'm Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
We're your dream team here at Cast the Pod. And thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Forgot I was going to give this one more try. Yeah. And I only use this type of style. Tokyo bullet train backflips. Everybody stare cause they never seen a black kid. On my way to Osaka to see Arata. Takahashi eat hibachi with some fresh water. Fish, wish they had more vegan options. Hopped off the train and I seen the whole scene was popping. Watching Bullet Train on the flight back home. Sipping afternoon tea, getting in my zone. Lone wolf, fly solo, fly first class. First met solo, I was solo, taking out my trash. My OGs different than your OGs. They used to move OZs and throw C's. No keys to the front door, just the code. Inglewood is the hood and my humble abode. Only home for a minute if the truth be told. Kiss the kids, switch the bags, and I'm back on the road. T-O-K-Y-O, T-O-K-Y-O, T-O-K-Y-O. Big bro, be the boss, the tie show. T-O-K-Y-O, T-O-K-Y-O, T-O-K-Y-O. Big bro, be the boss, the tie show. Back to Japan, only home for 2 weeks. Gotta do that road work, you don't eat. Beats by Nujabes, don't know what to do today. Walk so much, feel like I'm doing 2 a days. Cause I'm dripping with sauce, I'm buying vinyl with cost. Big bro, Ty Show and Ty Show mean boss. No Google Translate back in 98 when I was running these streets trying to find a date. I did alright, I fell in love twice. And love don't need no language when it's done right. 1 wife, 4 kids, now I'm going back. Bring the whole fam that way, we ain't the only black. T-O-K-Y-O 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 Big bro, be the boss, the Ty Show. T-O-K-Y-O 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 Big bro, be the boss, the Ty Show. What a time to be alive. Tokyo was the first place I got a record deal. A Japanese homie Shingo 2 hooked me up with Mary Joy Recordings. We dropped a 12-inch. They thought it was dope. They flew me out to perform. I did my first headlining show ever in the world at the Liquor Room in Tokyo in 1997, 98. Sold out crowd. Released my album a year later, Good Music, and it was like number 2, number 3, right above Nas, right below Jay-Z. Yeah.